It is Friday. What is it? The 3rd of December. Man, oh man, time is flying by. I want to welcome everybody. I want to remind you, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live, like right now. Or if I upload a video, I upload a whole bunch of videos every week too and going live. Matter of fact, this week I am uploading 3 videos. And I'm going live 3 times. So that's 6 videos this week. Okay. That's a lot of content, guys. That's a lot of stuff that you can learn. And today we're going to talk about thumbnails. Probably the most important thing for you to get good at is thumbnails. And it doesn't matter if you're a graphic artist. It doesn't matter if you've never done any type of graphics. I'm going to show you today. It's super, super easy to do this, but you do have to do it right. And you can explode your views by doing this. This matters so much. I've got some videos that have over 100,000 views right now, which is cool. I've got some that don't have a lot either, but that's the way it is. You can't always hit, right? But it is going to work for you. These thumbnail things are going to work for you. Put in that comment section. Tom Chapo, what's going on, man? I'm here again. Thanks for all the good stuff, buddy. I appreciate you more than you know. I love having you guys in here. I love when you guys participate. Let me just type. I should type in this chat box. Great to see you, Tom. Glad you're here. Boom, just like that. I know I'm supposed to do that too because the algorithm is looking at how often I type in there, and I don't always type in there. Sometimes I just talk to you guys. If you're not watching this live, also don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on all bell notifications, all that good stuff. You know, even if you're not watching this live, okay? I got to tell you, guys, thumbnails. This is one of the simplest things to do. People overcomplicate this. They try to make all this fancy stuff. They try to put all these words and fonts and all these backgrounds. You don't need to. They just need to be pretty basic. Now, let me tell you why they're so important. I want you to think about this. If you do a super great video, I mean, it's phenomenal, and you never post it online, how many people are going to watch it? Approximately. And you would say, well, nobody has access to it. Access is the key. So if I were to put a video onto YouTube and it's a great video, it's phenomenal, but I don't SEO it. In other words, I don't put any of the word tags on it so that when people search, it doesn't pop up. How many people are going to watch it? And you say, well, not many. I mean, by accident, some people may find it. But, you know, if you're not putting, you know, the keywords on there that people search for, and that's how it works, guys. When you put them in the title or when you put the tags on your videos on YouTube, when people search and your video is tagged with those words, your video comes up. Okay, that's how it works. Now, the next step is this. This is the important one. This is the thumbnail thing. Let's say I don't even put a thumbnail on it. I do the SEO, I do the video, and I don't put a thumbnail on it. So that when people are on their phones looking at stuff, there's like one screenshot of me and it's like, you know, really bad picture of me, which I got a lot of bad pictures, but it's a bad picture of me. They're probably just going to scroll by it, right? Because it didn't catch their attention. So that's why it's so important to have a thumbnail that makes them stop, look, and click. Stop, look, and click. Okay. That's what we were doing today. We're going to talk about how to make them stop, look, and click. Because it doesn't matter how good the video is. It doesn't matter how well you've SEO'd it. It doesn't matter unless you have a good thumbnail, because that's why they click. That's why they click. Some people will click because of a title and it has a terrible thumbnail, but for the most part, they're looking for a thumbnail that's going to grab their attention. And if you want to get some good ideas, go to your favorite YouTubers, look at their channel and just look at their thumbnails. What kind of thumbnails are they putting up there? What does it look like? Okay. Now I'm going to give you some free ways of doing this. You don't have to spend money on this. And I don't want you to overthink it, because a lot of times when people make thumbnails, what they'll do is they'll put a whole bunch of words on there because they want to tell all about their video. And understand that most people are looking at YouTube on one of these. Okay. One of these here. And when you go to YouTube, and let me do it real quick here. When you go to YouTube, and I'm going to give you a prime example, and let's say I put in here, cook a cake, okay? What's going to happen is YouTube is going to send me results that look like this. Now, look at this one here. This one here is kind of pretty, and it's Cook a Cake. It's got 5.4 million views. Now, look at that thumbnail. How many words are on there? None. Nothing. It's a picture of a cake. That's it. All right. So let me find another one that got a lot of views here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to sort it by views, view counts. And then that way you guys can see. Okay. So here's the ones that did well. Okay. Not that top one. Oh, well, that top one got 296 million views. It gets your attention. It doesn't say a whole lot on it. Okay. Look at the next one here that got 233 million. All right, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, you stop that. And it's got the 2 dress cakes there. Okay, let's look at some of the other ones here. The next one got 217 million. And it looks like a cookie or something. Okay, so these thumbnails are really very, very basic. And that's what I want you to stick with, is very basic. And I'm just going to scroll through here, see if I see any more. The final cake down. Look at that one there. No words once again. And then the ones that don't get a lot of clicks. I kind of like this one too, 67 million. It shows part of a person. Oh, it just switched on me. It switched. Wait a second. Look at the chocolate one. That makes you want to click. So it's all about the picture. That's what I want you to get in your head. It's all about the picture. Now I'm going to give you a few steps here I want you to go through, but I want you to think about this. It's all about the picture. You can upload the most interesting video on YouTube, but it may not get views because of a simple freeze frame to tell viewers what it's about. And that's what Google, YouTube does, is they will take a picture within your video somewhere, and that's what they use as a thumbnail if you don't supply one. Okay. And a lot of people say, well, I want to do some great videos. I'm gonna spend a lot of time. I'm gonna put up 5 videos a week. I don't have time to do thumbnails. You would do better to spend a lot of time on a thumbnail and put up 1 video a week than to do 5 videos, because the 5 videos you put up, nobody's going to click on it if you don't have good thumbnails. So you've wasted your time. You've put all this energy into these great videos, but nobody's going to click on it because you have a good thumbnail. Okay. So it's super important to realize that. Thumbnails can also affect your search ranking on YouTube too, since videos click-through rate is one of the most important ranking factors in YouTube's search algorithm. They want to know that people are looking at your thumbnail and clicking on it. And if they see that it is, that's going to help your rankings, especially, this is crazy, within the first hour on the platform. Okay. So an eye-catching thumbnail can make a huge difference in ranking number for query and not ranking at all. So it's really important that you do this. So don't put up a bunch of videos and say, well, later on, I'm going to stick the thumbnails on. Don't do that. It's got to be there immediately. If your video has like an ordinary or really subpar thumbnail, it won't persuade anybody to click through. YouTube could deem the video irrelevant and won't rank it in the search results or distribute it through the recommended videos feed. Okay. You don't want that. Pulling freeze frames from your YouTube videos isn't the only way to create thumbnails. Okay. There's some really simple ways. I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to give you some free software. There are online tools that are made specifically for people who might not have a ton of design experience. Let's face it, most people don't. Okay. So you can craft a lot of these for free. So I'm going to give you a guide of an easy, really a 5-step process of creating virtually appealing YouTube thumbnails that will cut through all the noise. It's going to boost your video's click rate, and it's going to fix your rankings. Okay. The first thing I'm going to tell you, very first thing I want to tell you, is visit a free online YouTube thumbnail maker. Okay. Now, there are a whole bunch of free online YouTube thumbnail makers out there. But one that I'd like to talk about is called Photojet. And let me copy this and I'm going to stick it in here. You want to search this one. This is free. I'm going to put it in the chat box here, which is over here. This is the one I want you to check out. I love free stuff. I don't know about you guys, man. When it's free, it's like, yes, I got something free. Tom says thumbnail equals attention getter. 100%. 100%. That means so much, Tom. You're right. And that's why I click on them. That's how I found a lot of people. So this one here I just gave you, it's one of the only YouTube thumbnail makers that doesn't make you sign up for a free account. So you don't have to sign up for anything either. A lot of them, before you can actually use their software, you got to sign up for a free account. So they get your information, they start marketing to you. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I do it too, but I'm just saying this one here doesn't require that. It lets you make customized thumbnails and download your thumbnails completely free. No email address is necessary for this. Okay. Now, the free version of the app lets you download small and medium-sized image files, but large and extra large are premium features. So they got to make money somehow. You know, I hate when people say, well, you gave this free, but you're charging for this. Well, yeah, I'm a business. I got to charge for something. You know, I got to make some money somewhere. This means you're going to be able to get really creative with your designs to ensure they appear as crisp as possible on YouTube. Now, next thing you want to do, upload a photo or choose one of the thumbnail makers templates. Okay. So when you get into this one here, let's see here. Paul says, I have always liked the thumbnail colors you've used. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Paul. But when you use Photojet, they have, I think, 23 free templates in there that can serve as your thumbnails foundation. You could just use those. But if you're going to put a picture, which I like having pictures on mine, you usually want to use a headshot, maybe from the chest up. Full body shots don't get as many clicks. I can't tell you why, unless it's an exercise video and you're showing the physique of the person, you know, whether it's overweight or whether it's in shape, those work. But for the most part, it's shoulders up. Okay. And you want to have that face, you know, maybe a third of the thumbnail or more. I've seen it as much as 50% of the thumbnail. In Photojet, consider using a talking head type thing. People are naturally drawn to human faces. They just are. Okay, that's the way it is. It's an ingrained survival mechanism to help us quickly gauge somebody's emotions and determine if they're a threat or a friend. So you want to have a friendly one, right? You probably want to have a friendly one. ResearchGate also discovered that Instagram photos with faces are 38% more likely to receive likes and 32% more likely to receive comments. So having that face on there does matter. I have a face on every single one of mine. And unfortunately, this is the only face I got. So I work with this face right here. Do you think there is any advantage to rotation of thumbnails? Not quite sure what you mean on that, Paul. Do you mean like using different thumbnails at different times? Or, I mean, because every thumbnail I do is different, every single one. I'd never use, well, I take it back. These lives, if you're watching these lives, I use the same thumbnail every single time. Okay. Same thumbnail every single time for my lives. But when I'm doing individual videos, the 3 uploads I do a week, and I'm going to get back to 5 real soon. But when I do that, those are all custom, every single one of them. I don't really use any type of template for that. I mean, I use the same kind of style so people can tell, but that's about it. So yeah. I've seen you use multiple styles with your pictures. That is true. I do rotate pictures in there at different times. But what we're trying to do is brand my face. Okay. Maybe it's not a good thing to brand, but that's what we're trying to do is brand my face. Some point to copy. Yeah. Some will have copy and some won't. Less text is better on thumbnails. So if you're worried about, well, I don't know what to say on there, and you know, do I just put the title on the thumbnail? Never do that. Never do that. You don't have to put on the thumbnail what the title of the video is. You may want to put the results. So it may be how to design an awesome website. And on the thumbnail, I may put website design, just 2 words, or awesome website or something like that. 2 or 3 words is really all you need on the thumbnail. And I've done many thumbnails without any words on them. You'll see a lot of those and they do really well. I think Mikey Chin does that. Who else does that? Mark Weens does that. Shoot, I can't think of, Gordon Ramsay does it, where they don't put any words on there. Okay. So, you know, it's a testing thing too. You got to test it, see which works the best. So the next thing you do is you want to add your text, your clip art, your background to the thumbnail. The background of your thumbnail, really the plainer, the better. If you get a lot of detail on the background, it kind of takes away from the thumbnail. Once you've picked your picture and template, you can make your thumbnail stand out even more by adding a little bit of text or clip art in the background to it. That's entirely up to you. Some people do that. Some people don't do that. That's up to you. It'll be interesting to see the cooking show thumbnail. You're grinding me on that, Paul, aren't you? God, our kitchen looks so good right now too. My wife was decorating yesterday. She's got out all the Christmas stuff and it looks so good. I guess my vacillation is that I'm so busy doing so many things right now. It's not an excuse, because there's Elon Musk that we can all compare ourselves to. And I can't imagine what his day is like. It was funny. I heard him, not to get off subject, but I heard him in an interview one day. And this is before he was married. And he was talking to the interviewer and they were talking about relationships. And he says, let me ask you a question. He says, how many hours a week do you think I should give to a woman if I'm going to get a girlfriend or wife? I mean, what's required to keep them? And the interviewer looked at him like, that's a weird thing to think about. But his week was so full. He was like, what is it? What am I going to have to invest into a woman to keep a relationship? How many hours is that? I just want to know. He's so numbers driven. You know, how many of us think about how many hours you spend with your significant other? I mean, I don't think about it, but that's how his brain works. That's how his brain works. So that's how busy he is. So to answer your questions, Paul, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I also have a book I just started called Digital Course Designer on how to design digital courses. And it's actually going to have a course that's going to come after it too. So once you've done that, guys, once you've gotten your picture on there, your background on there, any words, if you're going to do that on there, all you got to do is download the finished product to your computer. It's that simple. Now, Photojet specifically, after you're finished polishing your thumbnail, press the save button at the top of the page, and you're just going to export it. It's really simple, guys. You're going to really like Photojet if you go there. I want to tell you also, though, there are more thumbnail makers out there. So I want to give you probably about 8 of them now. I've listed them here, and I want to go through them on my screen. The first one is Photojet. But the reason I like Photojet is they got some really good templates. It's really easy for you to use, pretty powerful tools, and you don't have to register. Okay, so Photojet's a pretty good one. Okay, you can get started with Photojet immediately without spending any money and not giving up any information. The next one's going to be called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. And let me put this into, I mean, I assume everybody knows about these, and that's crazy. You can't possibly know about all these. Canva, I'll put that in there. That's the next one I would recommend. Really good one. My wife uses Canva almost exclusively for all of her thumbnails. Canva is really nice. It's got 2 million images in their library. So if you don't have any images, they got them. It's got hundreds of fonts. It's got customizable backgrounds, colors, and you can actually go off to the side and say YouTube thumbnail, and they have templates just for YouTube thumbnails. Canva will give you more than enough resources to unleash that creativity you have. Okay, you can sign up for free or a paid version of the online design tool, but be prepared to take your own images, as Canva image gallery can cost you up to $1 per picture. So if you have any pictures, it's going to cost you $1 every time. It's not a lot of money, but I'm just saying there is a cost there. Don't let that deter you, though. It's a really great tool. It's jam-packed with a bunch of free design elements. It can help you create those click-worthy YouTube thumbnails. Next one I'll tell you about is Adobe Spark. And let me put that in the chat so you guys have that. Copy that here. And then I'll go to here. And I'll go to there. And I'll go to here. And boom, you have the next one. There it is. Adobe Spark. Does Photoset and Canva integrate with Kajabi well? They're just images, Paul. So you don't really need an integration. They're just images. All you're doing on these things is you're creating an image. So it's just a piece of artwork is all it is. You really don't need an integration at all for doing that. Yeah, so let me go into the next one. The next one here. Where's the next one? Grab that one here real quick. Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark will really let you select from thousands of photos. So if you don't have any, it's a good place to go. A variety of built-in themes with their own unique layouts, colors, fonts. They really have some eye-catching YouTube thumbnails. Although the free version does come with a watermark on all content. So when you get the free version there, you're gonna have a watermark on there. I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. But that's the way it is. You can always upgrade to the paid version to have your unique thumbnails on there, but just keep that in mind. Next one is called Trello. Let me put that in the chat section so you guys have that. All right. There we go. Trello. I bet you guys don't know about a lot of these, do you? Bet you don't. Put in there if you've heard of these. Put in there if you've used any of these. I want to see who's using this stuff. Who have you done a thumbnail? Put that in there. I want to see if you've done a thumbnail. Trello, you can really create engaging thumbnails. They allow you to blend a multiple amounts of designs, photos, backgrounds, text, objects, all that together. When compared against other popular design tools, Trello is really a less expensive option, but you got to keep in mind, realizing your thumbnails could be a pain due to some improvements that need to be made with the app. So it's okay. It's not bad. Check it out. What one person likes on one of these apps, another person may not like. So, it's okay. You don't have to use one particular one. And because it's my favorite, it doesn't mean it's going to be your favorite. We're all different, and it's okay that we're different. Nothing wrong with being different. Okay. My goodness, it would be boring if we were all the same. Can you imagine if we were all the same? People complain because these people are different. I'm like, that's what makes the world go around, difference. Okay. And let me talk about the next one here, which is called Visme. I think it's called Visme. You can choose, they have a large selection of templates, photos, they got graphics, they got the colors, they got fonts. You can do all kinds of stuff in Visme. You really can. The app was made with video thumbnails in mind. So you don't have to worry about sizing and finding the perfect layouts and all that, because they're really already designed for that. The templates are. They offer creators various templates to choose from, so you can spend more time adding your finishing touches. The next one I have is called Photo, and then I got, I think, 2 more after that I'm going to give to you guys. Let me put this in here. Let me put it in here. All right, there we go. Who's done thumbnails? Put them in there. I haven't seen anybody do them. Or even if you haven't done them, let me know that. Let's get some chat going in there, guys. Photor provides templates, really, under certain themes to help you create captivating thumbnails. So it includes all the trending YouTube thumbnail features like photo frames, low-mo effect, background remover. The options are virtually limitless with Photor. And as the canvas for your YouTube channel, it's a really good one. If your workflow can't be completed in all one session, Photor's premium version allows you to save the version history of your thumbnail so you can pick up where you left off. So they've actually got a storage area there for your thumbnail. All right. And you guys got that. I put that one in there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. I got a couple more I want to share with you here. These are all awesome. Really, go check them out, guys. This one here is called Pic Maker. And let me pull up my information on Pic Maker here. Pic Maker is pretty cool. I like it. It's got 100,000 graphics and 1,000 stock photos. It's got stickers, it's got borders, backgrounds, text. I do want to warn you guys, though, you're going to see all this stuff and you're going to want to use it. Use it sparingly. Too much on a thumbnail is very confusing. But it's got icons, it's got filters, it's got automatic background remover, which is really nice. So you can, upload your photo and get rid of the background and just have your photo on top of something else. You can really create a great thumbnail with Pic Maker. If you have set brand colors, the free version won't be the easiest to work with since you can't save colors, logos, or fonts. But upgrading to just the starter tier opens up a whole variety of benefits, including brand kit, premium photos, multi-size designs, all that. And then I've got my last one here. Then I got some closing words that I think will be very important to you. Snappa. Let's go to Snappa real quick here. Snappa. Where's Snappa? Oh, there we go. All right, let's stick that right here. Snappa. What we got saying over here? People are talking. I love it. I have made thumbnails. Oh, good. Early on, I bought Thumbnail Blaster and used it almost exclusively. Cool. Very cool. And I just put Snappa in there. Have I used, I think I've heard, Tom, Thumbnail Blaster. That's been around for many years, I think. It's a very simplistic one, if I remember. Let's see here. I have seen Canva and Pic Maker. I have used Canva for various projects. My wife loves Canva. I mean, she does everything in Canva. And I don't, I use Photoshop. That's what I use, okay? But I don't make a lot of my thumbnails, I gotta be honest. The thumbnails that we see on the lives, I do those. But all my videos, I actually have a guy who does it. And it's only because I would rather spend more time making content. That's something he can do. He's good at that. He's done thousands of them for me. So that's why I do it that way. Yeah, so the next one I have up here is Snappa. Let me tell you about Snappa real quick. Snappa's cool. I like Snappa. It's all right. Snappa has over 500,000 stock photos. It has an assortment of professionally designed templates, customizable graphics, shapes, text to help you create a YouTube thumbnail. If you're making more than 3 thumbnails per month, which obviously I do, Snappa may affect your workflow as the free version only allows 3 downloads a month. That's the free version. If 3 is enough for you, you're good. You're good to go. Okay. If not, you're going to have to upgrade to do, the more customizable stuff and more thumbnails. Thumbnails are like a peephole into the subject of an email. Okay. Even caller ID, a YouTube thumbnail, gives you the viewer a peek behind the curtain to see what is on the other side. It is a major component, guys, in search results, and will determine whether somebody clicks and watches your video. It's like I said in the beginning, if you don't have these things, you might as well not do a video. You do better to do a half-ass video, which I don't want you to do that, but you do better to have a half-ass video and a great thumbnail, because at least people are going to click and try to watch it. But if you don't have the thumbnail, nobody's watching your videos. They're just not. If you take the tips and examples, somebody is pinging me here. Let me get rid of this. I apologize for that. I'm sure it's a spam caller. If you take the tips and examples that I've gone over today, you'll have the know-how to create these scroll stopping YouTube thumbnails. You'll be amazed how well you can do with this. It's really pretty cool. I know in the beginning I was gonna pay somebody and they wanted like $50 a thumbnail. I'm thinking, holy crap, at the time I was doing 5 videos a week, so it's $250 a week. That's $1,000 a month in thumbnails. I'm like, nah. And then I realized it only took them like a minute or two to make a thumbnail. I'm like, wait a second, they would have ripped me off. And the way I realized is I made my own. I started making my own. I'm like, it doesn't take long to do one of these things. So that's one thing I will tell you. Even if you don't think you have the graphics ability, try to make some on your own. Look at some of the templates in here. And once you do that, you're going to realize it's pretty easy. You can have some saved templates. You switch around the pictures and the words on them. You can do that if you want. There's all kinds of things you can do. Like what you said before, less is more with thumbnails. 100%. 100%. Less is more. And I tell you, we eat out a lot. We go to a lot of restaurants. Went to one last night. It wasn't good, so I won't tell you the name of it. But the restaurants I find I like the most are the ones that stick to a smaller menu, that stick to fewer ingredients that are super good ingredients. You think of like sushi, a food like sushi, it is basically rice and fish. You could get that any place in town, although some places are much better than others. They have a super high quality fish. They have a really good quality rice. They put the vinegar and sugar in it, the way they should. They present it well. That's what you want to do with your videos. You want it presented well. You look at barbecue. Barbecue is big in Texas, big. But for the most part, they're doing a slow cooking process with maybe some salt and pepper on like brisket or something like that. They don't do a whole lot to it. Okay. You don't need to do a whole lot. Don't overthink this. It's like when people first get their business online and they go, whoa, I gotta get a logo. I gotta get a really cool logo. And they hire somebody and this person starts generating all these fancy logos. And it's such a waste of time. Nobody cares about your logo. If I asked anybody who's been watching me for years, what's my logo? They probably couldn't even tell you what my logo is. It doesn't matter. Certain ones will stick in your mind like Nike, but look at Nike's. It's a swoosh. That's it. That's their logo. Don't overthink this stuff. Don't overthink thumbnails. Don't put a lot of words on your thumbnails. Oh my God. I've got a friend that I've tried to consult with several times. And every time I go to his channel, he's got like 20 words on his thumbnail. I'm like, nobody's reading this, man. No, you can't read it. You can't read it on this little device like this. You can't do it. It's impossible. And as I go through here, I like this one here. It stops. And then when I try to show it to you, no oven, no cooker, no beater. See that? No oven, no cooker, no beater. Is it doing it? Can you see it? Can you see that? Put in that comment there if you could see it. On side note, how is supply chain hitting your business? Still having trouble with getting supplies? 100%. I can't get cans. We can meat. I can't get them. We use different kinds of cans based on the pressurization of that meat and how we cook it. And I have chicken right now. Normally I have chicken, beef, turkey, ground beef, pork, and I can't sell it right now. It's 10 to 12 weeks to get it. Now I have people that will buy it, but I'm not selling it because I don't want to make them wait. I don't want to sit on their money, even though they will do it. They'll give me their money. I know they will. They said they will. As a matter of fact, we have people call every day and say, hey, let me go ahead and buy some cases. So when you have it, you can ship it out. I'm like, no, I'm not going to hold your money. Keep your money for right now. And then when I get it, if it's a week or two out, yeah, I don't mind doing that. But man, when it's 10 to 12 weeks, it's a long time. Now I probably will have everything I need, Paul, after the first of the year. But right now, we've got chicken. We got chicken. We got small cans of chicken and big cans of chicken. So if you want some chicken, go on over there and get some chicken. I do want to ask you guys, if you haven't done so, if you haven't given me a review, please, please, please Google J.R. Fisher Training, find my business, click on do review. If you give me a 5-star review, I will send you out my book on how to select products. I'll give you the audio version and the book, probably worth about 20 bucks or so, maybe 50 bucks. I don't know. What's the value of that stuff? It's like, I'll pick it out of the sky. But anyhow, I'll give that to you for free. All you gotta do is send me an email with a screenshot of your review. I would like to get some 5-star reviews on there if you don't mind. That would be very helpful to me. Now let me get back to my other screen here so I can see you guys. I can see you. I can see what you're doing. I'm kidding. So I can see myself in the screen because I had another screen up. So that's the way it is. Blown away by the price of beef lately. Oh my God. Is that unbelievable, Paul? I mean, it's crazy what beef costs. And if I go up like $1 or $2, people freak out. I'm like, well, look what you're paying in the grocery store. Look at what you're paying. And guys, what I found over the years is they say, well, it's only high now because there's a supply chain problem. And, once everything gets good, the prices go back down again. I don't think so. I think once they realize that you're going to spend the money anyhow, those prices are going to remain high. I think you have reached your new level of prices. I mean, they could tick down a little bit here and there, but for the most part, these big increases we see, they're here to stay, folks. And the only way to get around these prices, is not to complain about them. Here's the big key. Come here. Here's the big key. Make more money. Yeah, make more money. And the way you make money is online nowadays. I'm telling you, this channel is all about starting, running, and growing online businesses. You make more money. Now, how do you make more money? You work more. You do more. I sat down yesterday with Jessica, my wife. Some of you know her. And we both decided we're going to write another book. And we went through, and on her book, we got 12 chapters. We've got, what the title of all the chapters are. We got the introduction, and we did that in like an hour. It doesn't take that much time. Guys, invest some time in doing this stuff. And then I worked on mine for about 20 or 30 minutes and got a lot of stuff done on that. Let's see, what else we got on here? Went to farmer's market, and they are cheaper than store. They can be if you're buying from the manufacturer or the farmer or whatever. Sometimes they're buying from other people. You got to be really careful about that. By the way, I hope your buddy in San Francisco is doing well, as well as your son. San Francisco. Who would that be? San Francisco. San Diego, maybe? Maybe that's what you mean. Because my friend is in San Diego, and his son was the one that passed away from COVID, unfortunately. I really feel bad for that family. I was talking to my son yesterday, and he is at the Cleveland Clinic. And he is in the ICU unit at the Cleveland Clinic for the heart lung transplant people. And he's working exclusively with COVID patients that are on an ECMO machine. Yes, Paul, it was San Diego. He's very depressed. But anyhow, my son works with these patients, and they go on ECMO. And ECMO is a machine that sucks the blood out of your body, puts oxygen into the blood, and then shoots it back into your body. And these ECMO machines cost $375 a minute to run. A minute. They had somebody, a Saudi prince's wife that came in there, and she was doing pretty good at the beginning, but she got sicker and sicker and sicker. Ultimately, she went on an ECMO machine, and on that ECMO machine, she stayed on it for 200 days, and her bill was $5.4 million just for the ECMO machine. That didn't include the hospital bill. That didn't include the doctors. That didn't include ICU. That didn't include medications. This was for one machine they had hooked up to her body, and she passed away. $5.4 million. $5.4 million. And my friend whose son passed away, he's trying to do some fundraisers, and I wish him the best with that. But they're getting together like 30,000 or 20,000. It doesn't even cover a day. So I really feel for those people. I feel very lucky every day. I had COVID at not the same time. I got it about 2 weeks. He got it about 2 weeks after I got it. And he was 40 years old, and I'm very lucky. I do work out. I'm healthy. At the gym yesterday. I do the stuff I'm supposed to do. But I got lucky. I was one of the lucky people. So I feel very, very fortunate, very lucky. I didn't, I don't know. I don't know how it works that way, but that's just how life is. I don't know. We're going downhill now. I don't want to do that. Looking forward to Saturday Live. Yes, I have a live tomorrow, guys. What's the live on tomorrow? What do we have the live on tomorrow? You can check my channel, and you will see the subject matter tomorrow. I think it's going to be pretty good. If you notice, Paul, I'm getting back in the swing here. I'm doing more and more live. And you know what, Paul? It really, really helps me to spend time with you guys. You guys are immensely important to me. You really are. You have no idea how nice it is to get up and talk to you guys and to converse with you people. And I got to get back to my comments. I think I saw one that you did the other day, Paul. I will get that done as soon as possible too. I got to get my comments done. I got so much to do. And every time I think I'm overwhelmed, I go, Elon Musk. He's doing stuff that you're not. And it's because he sets these really short time periods to do stuff. And I quoted him the other day. He said that if you give yourself 30 days to clean your house, it will take you 30 days. If you give yourself 3 hours, it will take 3 hours. Give yourself a shorter span of time to do things. Give yourself a shorter span of time to do things. Even if you don't think you're going to reach that goal, it will motivate you to work harder and faster. Okay. So even if you don't think you could do it in that period of time, make yourself write down a shorter time for your goal. It will ultimately help you guys. I promise it really will. We're going to go out to a restaurant today that's pretty cool. I'm going to take some pictures. If you're my friend on Facebook, I'll be posting some pictures there. I think you're going to like this place. This place is really different. If you've been following me at all, you know, for the past, let me see, how long has it been? I'd say probably 6 or 7 years. Every Friday, my wife and I, as long as we're together in the same town, and sometimes I travel and I can't do it, but every Friday we go out to a different restaurant. Next week on Friday, I'm going to a friend's home. That was my friend when I was 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. And I hadn't seen him in 40 some odd years. We had dinner with him the other night, and he built a really beautiful home on a lake. So we're going to go spend some time with him next Friday. So I probably won't be able to do my Friday lunch next Friday. So you'll want to catch today. Go to YouTube, find me on YouTube, J.R. Fisher, and I will be posting that restaurant there, and I think you'll like it. Guys, what a good session. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody being here today. I really do. If you're not watching this live, if it's a recording, do me a favor and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It's a red button. Let me try that again. Hit the subscribe button. It's a red button, and you'll turn it gray when you click it. And don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or I upload a video. If you'd like to get emails, make sure you get on my email list. You can do that by going to jrfisher.com. Need to find another cool steakhouse. You know, Paul, I'm having a hard time with steakhouses. Let me tell you why I'm having a hard time with steakhouses. It's not a matter of affordability. I can afford to buy a steak. Okay, I can afford to do that. It's a matter of I don't want to waste my money. I can go to Costco and get a really big, thick ribeye steak, and I think they're like $18, $19 a pound for really good quality. If I go to a steakhouse, for a steak that's 12 ounces, they're going to charge me $45 to $100 for 12 ounces. And I'm like, I just can't see it. I've been to Ruth Chris, I've been to Capitol Grill, I've been to the Palm, I've been to all these steakhouses, but man, the prices are just brain damage. Thoughts on how long for intro to video? I've toyed with this. I've got it down to seconds, like 2-3 seconds. And it's not even much of an intro anymore. I just have like this little logo that just flies up to the top. I did have a longer one. And according to data, and that's a great question, Paul, it really is, because a lot of people think they need this big, long intro. According to data, people want you to get to the subject matter as quickly as possible. And if you don't, they will click off. So I'm not 100% certain, and it depends on, you know, who you are and what you're doing. But if you don't get to the subject matter immediately, I think you get less views. Now, somebody like Mikey Chin or Mark Weens, what they do for their intro is it's actually part of the video. So they may show the food, them eating it, walking down the street, whatever, and then they start the video. Excuse me, that's the intro. But what we all, as business owners and all, think of as an intro is it's maybe you up on stage and some words going across the screen and some music playing and all that. And I have leaned towards not even putting intros in there, because if you click on one of my videos, you want the subject. That's what you want. Okay. So I'm going right into the subject on almost every single one of them. The videos I upload weekly, I actually say the title in the first sentence, and I let them know in the first, I would say 30 seconds, what's going to be in the video as a polite way of saying, hey, this is what's in the video. If you don't want this, click off now. I don't want to waste your time. But if this is what you want, this is the video for you. So I let them know that up front, and that's working better than having some kind of fancy intro in there. And I think these intros just wear on you anyhow. God, I've seen your intro 50 times. I don't want to see it anymore. So I would say stay away from it. Stay away from it. Looking at making it 16 seconds and hitting it. Too long, way too long, way too long. If you were going to do one, which I recommend you don't, it's going to save you a lot of time. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds, if that. 4 or 5 seconds, that'd be it. Mine is probably a second or two, and it's not even really an intro. Like I say, it's a logo that flies up to the top of the screen. That's it. So that's my recommendation on that. That's what I found. That's what the data shows. I used to do intros, got rid of them. Guys, I really appreciate you. I got to get out of here. It's 10:40. I've gone over by 10 minutes. I'm normally at 30 minutes, but I've gone over by 10 minutes. I spent an hour prior to this with my daughter, helping her with her online business. And man, that was really cool. It was really fun watching her learn all this stuff and do all this stuff. And guys, check out the other videos on my channel. Learning is so important. Say, hey, I'm going to invest an hour a day just learning. Go into my channel, find some videos that are on a subject matter you need. I don't sell you anything in these videos. It's just pure education. Please check them out. Make it this weekend. Say, hey, I'm going to watch 50 videos this weekend, or I'm going to watch 20 on JR's channel. It helps my rankings, so I want you to do it, but it's going to help you too. It'll help you build your business. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have a great day. I'll see you at lunchtime if you follow me on Facebook. Talk to you later.